Hello students, myself Meenakshi Vijay Kumar, Government Women's College, Kalburgi. Today I will make the videos of session 8 BA First Sem Afternoon English Reading Poetry. In this video I am explaining about the what is poetry, image and imagery, symbol, figurative language. Learning objectives to make students understand the essence of Unit 2 and topic to be covered. Session outcome enable students to have overview of the syllabus and how the teacher would treat it and their role in completing it. Topic for the session: Introduction to the second unit and progression of the content. Poetry definition. Poetry is a type of literature based on interplay of words and rhyme. In poetry, words are strung together from, from sounds, images, and ideas that might be too complex or abstract to describe directly. Here, types of poetry. There are so many types of poetry are there. I will explaining here three major types of poetry. Those are narrative poetry, dramatic poetry, and lyric poetry. What is the meaning of narrative poetry? Poetry is a form of narrative poetry is a form of poetry that tells a story. The entire story is usually written in material verses. Narrative poems include epic, ballads, etc. Poetic drama is not merely a drama which is written in verses because prose may also be its effective medium. For example, Robert Browning, My Last Duchess, T.S. Eliot's The Law. These are the great dramatic poet. Lyric, lyric poet is a formal type of poetry which expresses personal emotion or feelings typically spoken in the first person. He is a father of poetry, Mr. Chaucer. Importance of poetry. Poetry is so important because it helps us understand and appreciate the world around us. Poetry's strength lies in its ability to shed a sideways light on the world so the sneaks up on you. Poetry teaches us how to live. Important some everyone can benefits from writing poetry, improve cognitive functions, help helps heals emotion pain, leads us to great self-awareness, provides a gift of inspiration or education to others, help us celebrate. Now, meaning of prose. Meaning of prose in literature. Prose is a verbal or written language that follows the natural flow of speech. It is the most of common of writing, common use too. In both fiction and non-fiction, prose comes from the Latin prose, ratio meaning straightforward. Some famous English poets are here: Shakespeare, Kipling, Burns, Wilde, Milton, Keats, Bronte, Charles Dickens. And best prose writer here: Tolstoy, Dickinson, Orwell, Mark Twain, Jane Austen. Poetry and morality. Poetry and morality. A person whose morality is reflected in their willingness to do the sight it is hard to dangerous is ethical morality, protects life and respectful of others. Morality in traditional sense. Poems are moral statement. They're not because they launch a stringent judgment according to some code, but because they they deal in human values, meanings, and purpose. Proposition in literature. Propositions are not present for their own sake in the manner of statement like keeper left on English roads. Factual statement like this can always be used for non-factual effects as happens in symbol and metaphor. Now I will conclude the 8th and ninth session. I think you can understand basic meaning of poetry and prose writing and how to reflect on morality. Thank you for watching this video.